As I've qualified in preparation to welcoming any new introductions to DOMINUM familiarity, they are very much a customized play on my current playlist, being the only zombie metal group I carry, but one that I found quite charming in any entrances of exposure we've had in the earliest of days with the first 5 singles, or our mutual run-through Hey Living People in general, and starting with the original numbers. In fact, those have been the most impressive, and I'm sure any other later entries we're getting to are going to be equally capable. But I'm really impressed in what I'm seeing again on Independence Division on such an introductory footing of presence with this group. Again, a very recent appearance, not the typical in how I approach generally European-based metal talents. Most times I'm coming into the graces of so many first introductions years beyond their first debut, and yet DOMINUM is a rather recent entrance, but one of great prominence that certainly has a bright future ahead of them, and good direction in terms of maybe getting a wider net of listeners, certainly for the Napalm Records regard, and as of today, in fact, new ads I'm seeing online through some metal press outlets, as well as upcoming live prominence via the Feuerschwangs tour. I forget where it is, but they're going to be in addition to that lineup, which they deserve to, again, as I believe another German-based group, and one that's a space I find quite favorable, notably of the folk extreme, but now DOMINUM's a bit of an expansion of taste for me. It's not the only one. And, the German metal atmosphere, to be specific on it, is actually quite broad in what we've welcomed here, but DOMINUM, I would say, defined and emphasized modern heavy and power metal intersection of styling, with a real nice dated quality to the work that intermixes perfectly between classical rock and metal and a modern voice. Especially that last number, Better Shoot Yourself. Again, the 70s to 80s twinges I saw again with that vocal presence on that background. Oh, man. And the keyboard effects on part of Frankenstein, truly, I'm loving the ride here I'm taking with you, and I knew a full album spotlight would be to DOMINUM's benefit, and I have hope that, hopefully, there are some of you approaching, again, not having initiated yet. I know some of you will have, but that's been the story, at least of some of the first singles we humored together, but maybe some of you are walking into DOMINUM with unknown eyes. Keep an open mind, and I think you'll be quite welcome to this, even if you're not first and foremost a metal fan. I think they'll win you over. Again, the independence and adventurism of concept of a, broadly speaking, horror metal chic, but even more specifically the zombie metal vision. Quite notable by Half Alive, entitled It's a Perfect Immersion, and there's other pieces, again, that have tapped into that directly. Let's witness the evolution of this number together and see its brilliance and where it goes. And again, of introductory days, and quite a wide net that DOMINUM has cast. And I've said this many times, and to DOMINUM's credit previously, some groups on first footing, it might be a trial and error type execution they employ because they're trying to find their defined voice, or others that know it from the beginning and have maybe an aptitude of ranges and different types of traits that materialize. DOMINUM is one such case, and I'm really impressed, though, again, with how broad their field is. Central metal focus, but individuality amongst every single piece. How will Half Alive explore its vision? How will we experience that? Let's find out. The funny thing is, the way this is beginning, it almost feels like a Christmas score. I've been listening to too much Christmas music, obviously. They just passed that holiday. We're now into the new year. Okay, the rhythm differentiates. Beautiful pace. Very elegant. Good riff builds, too. Slight key variation, not bad. Pace is great. Somewhat of like a light folk twinge with that one instrument. I think it's a flute or something else. It simulates it, at least on effect. It's cut well. Oh no, maybe it's more electronic. It's well designed every way. Vocally. Truly brilliant. And the reaches too in the later climbs of those lines, nice. Strict. kept right in time with that rhythm. Good momentum all the way through. Very even palette here of exploration. Do you trust the good doctor? Going back into this chorus too, what a great retreat. The growth too on the rage with the later finishes in the chorus sections, great choice. It's small, but it's a nice touch. Amplification of voice, really nice foot in here. This break floats well too, doesn't it? Rougher touch, so welcome. Already though, a beautifully balanced piece. Fantastic score here. Fantastic. Good number. It's those chorus sections that really get me with their work. Or the introductions, again on score. The foundation to this piece, I love the rhythm of it. Again, very strict, even flow. And the vocals, at least to start up, again, easily approachable. With a fun, again, sense of levity in how they're explored. Come with me, join our team. It's really funny. If you're dead, you know what I mean. I love it. A direct intertwining into that independent concept I find quite welcome. I'd love to carry more horror metal groups in my playlist or anything, again, centric of that. Maybe even broader than zombie metal. What do we have next? Vampire metal or goblin metal? Not sure yet. Any way you look at it, again, the personality is quite charming to DOMINUM, paired with their nice scores and the vocal presence on part of Dr. Dead or the background effects. Again, I see 70s to 80s shades in what I hear here, and it's such a nice thread to go back on in a retreat journey, isn't it? Quite inspirational in regards to metal familiarity, and to hear it well exercised, quite competently and paired in association to a fitting score. And the way the measures are organized here, again, if a tri-section build, I believe, split, well, not split, it's duplicated, but it doesn't fit necessarily a 4-line build. That's typically standard, and what we've seen a lot in presentation of DOMINUM, so it, again, feels specific on approach, even though it does mimic, again, a more ominous tone, plus the key choice is great for this. Evolution, though, of those chorus sections, quite inviting. The score foundation, equally reminiscent to familiarized metal voices of modern adjacency, even broader than the European metal borders. I'm seeing everyone's, I'm forgetting names at the moment, but I'm seeing connections for myself and experience that automatically I'm just lured in, not just solely on the connective thread they have to other presences, again, of mutual standing, but DOMINUM can stand on their own 2 feet, and their evolution, I think, is going to be quite welcome, just based on Half Alive being the initiation journey. And to see the differentiation of energy applied to each number, again, all pieces so far of a rough extreme, and you know, in terms of, if you've welcomed my thoughts before on any generalized focus of a metal survey, I quite readily gravitate immediately, though I keep an open door to any extreme. I favor the more aggressive on delivery, and so DOMINUM had an immediate approach all the way back with Patient Zero and any track we've humored since. But the development, again, of individualized voice within each piece on part of Hey Living People has been a fantastic experience to explore alongside all of you. With, again, A perfect balance between seriousness and a very light levity, but still presented well lyrically on this one. Adventurous, especially for a group, again, a very early days footing, and I love what I'm hearing. Deserved name, as usual, with any artist with humor, again, in a full album respect. That consideration is quite rewarding to get a better field of vision to Dominum and experience. 5 singles were good enough, but this expansive deep dive really fleshes out the identity of what we're going to see, I'm sure, going forward quite successfully. Just this being the strong footing, again, and an assertive one. On a variety of extremes, whether beyond the concept or the prowess on scoring, and its centrality to a metal, either nostalgia route or familiarity to a modern voice. Truly impresses. I'd love to hear if you agree down below on sentiment of humoring Dominum, perhaps for a first-time witness, if you fit that vantage point. Or again, if you're a long-time fan, at least for as long as they've been around, like me. What are your thoughts on this entry? Again, Half Alive on Namesake perfectly immerses itself into the identity of a zombie metal-focused group. I love it. Again, individualized approach, and quite a welcome one of Dominum, though, again, on metal dominance, and a real power to their delivery. Next up, in terms of the originalist pieces, were human. I think the last one, in fact, on the record, with 3 more entrances to go, but again, of different standing. And you think, again, Dominum hasn't proven themselves enough already with originalist works. Those last 3 pieces widen it out even more in terms of what we're going to be humoring. But the next entry, the chosen one, I'm looking forward to wrapping up our present, or at present, journey through original pieces from Dominum's collection with all of you. With, of course, the qualification I award to any artist. Open door policy for new developments. And our journey won't stop there at that point. It'll just pause, I'm sure, for a little while with originalist numbers of more to come, hopefully, in the future. And Dominum certainly deserves to have that direction. I mean that in the deepest respect and reverence of what I can apply. Any piece we've welcomed, I've really liked to this point thus far. And our full album journey was absolutely warranted. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before you bounce, feel free to drop a like and comment, subscribe to this channel with a ding on the bell, and share this video with your friends. And consider checking out the description here. There you'll find links to my other channels, as well as addresses to my other social media accounts and ways you can help support my work if you feel so inclined. May God bless you, and looking forward to when our paths cross again.